Tiger Talk is being brought to you by Flying W Boutique and Looking Glass Salon with Alicia Watson, Candy Mink, and myself, Katie Carty. Now for Tiger Talk on KSMO Media.
Well, to Tiger Talk, Stan Stevens and Coach Tony Edwards. Coach, the Salem Tigers had some hitting shoes on against Potosi Trojans last week, come up with a big 8-2 win. But, Coach, you had to be pleased. Everybody seemed to be getting the bat on the ball. The strikeouts are down to a minimum, and even the long ball came into play. Coach, you had to be happy.
Yeah, I was, Stan. We're in a situation right now where, like I said, prior Tiger Talks, we're seeing the ball well. Our pitching's been really good, and our hitting's been pretty good for the most part. And it's kind of nice to be able to look comfortable at the plate and be able to swing at strikes when needed and put the ball in play and score some runs. So. Yeah, very pleased with the way we're playing right now, and hopefully it can continue. Like I said, it's baseball; anything can happen. But yeah, we're really pleased with our efforts thus far.
One of the things this year so far, Coach, which has been very pleasing to me, is getting these runs in with less than 2 out from third base. I know that's a big thing with you as well, but also our 2-out rallies, Coach. And you have to be very, very pleased with the way the guys are really kind of bearing down with 2 strikes and also with 2 outs to try and just put the ball in play to see what happens.
Yeah, that's, like I said, couple weeks ago, that's something we've stressed coming into this season, was be able to put the ball in play with runners in scoring position, and especially with that 2-out hit, getting that key hit when we needed to, because we all know that that can change the momentum of the game real quick. So if you can find a way to get guys on base, maybe bunt here and there, steal, get guys in scoring position, and whether it's 1 out or 2 outs, but being able to manufacture that run certainly gives that pitcher the confidence he needs that he's got that extra run, and that the way we've been hitting the baseball, that we feel kind of confident. We're getting 3 or 4 runs a game with our pitching, that we feel like we're in a pretty good chance of winning that ball game.
And just take the Potosi game for example. Blake Edwards comes out, struggles a little bit with the control on the first couple of guys, and Portell gets a base hit and drives in a run, makes it 1-0. But he bears down, he concentrates, he really works on his craft now. He was just missing off the outside edge. Looked like he made a little adjustment on pitching rubber. I couldn't really tell if he moved about 3 or 4 inches over towards the third base side. All of a sudden, he's getting the strikes. He gets the guys out. The Tigers come back in the bottom of the first inning. You get a walk, a stolen base, and a base hit to drive it in and tie the game. Coach, that's exactly what you've been talking about, probably the last 5 years, is getting a guy on base, getting that extra base, taking it, wild pitch, walk, whatever you got to do, stolen base, whatever it takes, and then to get that big base hit to drive him in, so that the pitcher who's starting doesn't feel like it's helpless, never going to catch up. Correct.
Yeah, exactly. And Blake, when he came out, you hit it right on the head with Blake. He came out first inning, and he does a terrific job mixing his pitches up. He has pinpoint accuracy, and he was just trying to nip the outside corner. And when you weren't really getting that outside corner, he was struggling a little bit and had to make an adjustment second inning on, and he did that. But yeah, he's pitching really well right now for us, and he's keeping the ball down. He's mixing up his pitches. His strikeouts are up greatly from last year, and he's keeping us in ball games right off the bat and giving ourselves a chance. And we're doing a good job of manufacturing runs for him. So, but yeah, he pitched a gem of a game, and he's had a good season thus far.
Getting these 2-out rallies has got to be very pleasing to you, because after Hamilton drove in that tying run, Cash Howard gets hit by a pitch, and then Hayden Sanders comes up. Boy, he got himself a cookie, and I mean, he drilled it. Coach, I didn't think it was high enough to get out of the ballpark, but he absolutely crushed that ball.
Yeah, that's one of those swings that Hayden puts on it. Once he gets his groove, I mean, he can hit it hard just about as well as anybody. And, the minute he hit it, I could tell with that backspin line drive, it was going to be close. I didn't know if it was behind enough either, but he hit it hard enough with his bat speed. It was going to carry. And like I said, he's starting to see the ball now, and along with a lot of our other players. But, yeah, it was a big hit. I know it's a big confidence booster for Hayden, because I know Hayden, he's really wanting to have a good senior year, and he's off to a pretty good start with that. So, Yeah, well, it's just got to keep hitting the baseball all around. And that's kind of what we're seeing with this team this year is in years past, we've had hitters 1, 2, 3, and 4, maybe 5 hitters hit okay, and then the bottom half of the lineup hasn't been able to produce this year. But what you're kind of seeing with this team this year is, we're hitting up and down the lineup for the most part, and I think that's a big factor in our wins this season.
And one of the other things, Coach, and not to take anything away from the diversity that we have in the lineup, because everybody's kind of making contact. When you do make contact, that ball will fall in. But also, I think we're driving the ball a little bit more. It seems like we're patient at the plate. We get a better pitch. How many times we keep talking about getting 3, 4, 5, 6 walks a game, a couple hit guys. You get that's free passes. Six guys on base or 8 guys on base due to a walk or that, and then you get errors. You might put that in. Maybe you got 10 guys are getting on that shouldn't or wouldn't have when they got really anxious at the plate years ago. But then you're getting the guys like Owen Hamilton. You're batting him fourth for a reason. Boy, he was just smoking the ball as well, hitting it hard in right center, left center, driving in those runs. Coach, the way you had the lineup set up against Potosi it was probably the most perfect lineup I've seen in quite some time.
Well, I appreciate it. That's the thing with baseball is, it's a game of numbers, and you're going through the lineup and you're trying to see who's making good swings, and for the most part, we're all doing that for throughout the lineup, and when you got your contact hitters with Trey and Caden, and you got your boys and Hamilton with your 3 and 4 spots, and then you're all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, well then you turn around and with Hayden Sanders and Cash Howard, who's been hitting the ball really well this year, all down through the lineup, and and Corby Ball, he's doing a good job putting the ball in play this year in the 8 spot. So yeah, it's good to see us hitting the baseball and actually seeing pitches well, and like you said, being patient, taking our time, and taking advantage of those opportunities when we get chances, and we're certainly doing that.
I did want to get back to Blake after just a moment or two, though, because he pitched very, very well, 5 1/3 innings. Was he on a pitch count, Coach, or was he just getting tired that you felt it was time for him to come out?
Well, it was one of those things. I had to talk with him, about the bottom of the 5th inning, ask him, how he's feeling. I originally told him he was kind of on a pitch count. I kind of wanted to keep him around 75 or so. And, he's like, Coach, he goes, I don't pull me. I mean, he was to a point where he had that bulldog mentality. He wanted to finish as long as he could. And, I know Blake better than most people, obviously. But, I said, all right, I'm going to send you back out there. And if you can get a quick inning, we'll take it from there. And, he started off really well, and his pitch count just finally crept up on him. I think he got to about 89 pitches before we're said and done. I finally had to pull him. But yeah, very pleased with his effort. Like I said, he's always ready to pitch, and he's always ready to, take the ball on the mound and go as long as he can. So credit to him and credit to all my pitchers this season for doing a terrific job of that.
So we go to Houston. It's our first SCA game of the year, and this is a good team. Houston Tigers, they always play good, and they always play very well at home, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's Houston. It's always going to be a juggernaut of a game, that Coach Hall has been doing it a long time, and even if he has a down season, it doesn't seem like it's a down season. He does a terrific job with his players,